Advent. Where's Advent? All right, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well today. Don't know exactly what we're going to do again today, but we will see. And we can look at some. Maybe we'll change this to Advent. Is it day 2 or day 3? We'll do this. How's that? I gotta sit up straight. Maybe that'll pass in a few minutes. Well, today, let's get some. Is it Advent? Advent. There we go. Let's see what this is. Oh, yeah. This was. All right. Get the input. Did we look at this already? I feel like we may have looked at this already. There was day 2. All right. Hang on, sorry, everybody. Send the All right. What do we need to do? Oh, we needed to see if it was unsafe. All right. Anybody jumping over, jumping on? Let me put this in here. Day 2 and day 3. On like day 17. But when I get an idea for a brainstorming idea, then we'll jump over and make it. I got some feedback from a friend who I sent over the video. Don't know why I'm so terrified about making LinkedIn content. All right. For example, this each. All right. What does this goal do? Oh, got it. And we'll just drop this in here. There we are. You're trying to figure out which reports are safe. All right. So if I'm a better seer, yeah, all right. By 1 or 2, unsafe. General premise for each row. So we got to bring in, and we got to iterate through each single one. So all right, this is great practice. All right, because all the levels are all decreasing by 1 or 2. Unsafe because 2 and 7 are increasing by 5. Unsafe because 6 and 2 are increasing by 4. 1 3, increasing unsafe. Wait a second. But that's, all right, so why is this one a fail? Safe because all levels are all decreasing by 1 or 2. Unsafe. All right. Adjacent all levels. Let's see. Because all levels are increasing by 1, 2, or 3. All right, let's start over. Because I'm not following this premise. This example data contains 6 reports, each containing 5 levels. Not sure what that means. The engineers are trying to figure out which reports are safe. The red-nosed reactor safety systems can only tolerate levels that are either gradually increasing or gradually decreasing. There we go. So a report can only count as safe if both of the following. All of the levels are either increasing or all decreasing. Okay. Any 2 adjacent levels differ. Is this behind? Did we try to open this up and it didn't work? I feel like we did. All right, let's shut this down. And then we don't need this either. Ooh, and I figured out what was going on with my hand. I have a tendon. I have a tight tendon in my hand that is, yeah. And I just gotta loosen and warm it up. It's actually, I thought it was on the back side of my hand, and it's actually in the palm. So I've got to do some sort of dexterity drills. So, okay. Advent day 1. Where'd that go? Why can't I open? Why can't I get my Excel to open? My computer restarted. Seriously. So I gotta close these. Is that it? That's cuckoo bananas. Okay. Never seen that. All right. Okay, sheet 1, sheet 2. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and copy all this. Yesterday's video yet? Up there. All right. Advent. And paste. Let's do, no, we're not going to do that. We'll just do these as, hang on, I'm waiting on a recipe. So tired today. Got a meeting today that I need to go to. Fixed delimiter, tab space. There we are. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try this. Let's see what this looks like. All right. This looks pretty good. All right. Don't want to deal with any. Kratos, how are you? Long time no talk. I do. Hope you're doing well. I know, right? So, alright. Do I have this here? I do. We'll bring this in. But yeah, I have a meeting today, and I don't know how long I'm going to be because don't know what'll come of it. But I had some exams going on, so I wasn't able to watch your streams. Well, I haven't been streaming that much. I've been, I don't know, a little funky. So, wonder if they're down there picking up appliance down on the curb to get picked up today. Yeah, that sounds like a truck backing up. But hope your exams went well. Thanks for coming to hang out today. So let me do this. I can't remember if Pandas is going to like this being open or not. I can't remember. Well. Oh, that didn't run it. Data. There we go. Yep, cool. And 1,000 rows, because 0 is a number 2. Don't forget that. So there are 1,000 rows. So now we need to come up with let's do top equals data header print top. Okay. What I wanted to do is I just wanted the top 5 rows, and now I can't remember what header is. So we're gonna look data.header. Okay. So we're just gonna look and see what data is. Attribute. Header, head, tail, head. Hang on. Bingo. No. Head and tail. Alright. B, C, D, F, G, H, H, I. Yeah, head right there. Okay. Bingo. Alright. Alright, so what I did is I just kind of locked off the top. So what are we doing? Have seen this on other channels. Advent, coding of Advent. Put the Advent, coding of Advent. Put the link in. Did I put it in the description? Yeah, I did. So it's in the description down below or over in chat. I don't know. Was that the right way to point the chat? No. That way, chat. And yeah, just go take a peek at that. Sorry, my brain just jumped all over the place. Give me a second. Okay. So there's Advent calendars during this time of year for Christmas, associated with Christmas, and so basically coding every day for 25 days. And just to stay seasonal, they call it the Advent coding. Well, what's Advent of code? There we go. Let me see if I can sit right there and block that dot. That dot's not that bad, is it? All right. I don't want to slide it over anymore. But one thing that I did notice with OBS is, oh, it does have a different frame. Okay, never mind. Take that back. I was about to complain that I changed one thing in a scene, and I was like, no, it didn't. So I guess I'm going back and forth, and I'm seeing the size and banged up, get beat up. That doesn't matter. Let's get back to the challenge. So we brought this in. We have our datas. We have our rows. So the rules. So now we don't need this. So we need to iterate through this. So for I in top, print I. All right. That was interesting. I was expecting it to print out these rows. All right. Well, I guess I have not done this with pandas, because I could have sworn I was going to get each row. Okay, top. Right. Okay, there we go. And so I iterate through. I guess I need to look up how to iterate through a row in pandas. Okay. Iterate over pandas row. There we go. Somebody. Okay. It created the data frame. Iter rows. Okay. I thought I would have done this before, but I guess not. Top dot iter rows. Let's see what this does. That's not what I was expecting. Oh, 31. Alright, this method returns an iterator yielding, that's iter tuples. 1. This is the most common method. It returns an iterator yielding the index and the row of a series. That's not what I want. Apply? No. All right. Iterate over rows, pandas. Iterate through, iterate over. Okay, I'm on stack. I hate stack. All right, now I'm on. So yeah, I had to relook at this a couple times. So they all have to be in one direction. And basically the difference have to be between 1 and 3. And it does have to be a difference. It cannot be 0, as we see right here. Unsafe because neither is increasing or decreasing. So yeah. There we are. Right now, I need okay, back over here, top. One, two, three, 4. That's 5. All right, so I want to check something. And then top 0, 0, print I. All right, here we go. So we're just going to go length equals len top. There we go. And we just need to change this. And length 5. Perfect. So I'm going to iterate through this. All right, so then range, length, top, I. Perfect. There we are. That's what I wanted. That's now. I do have a problem. That should be top. Because I'm looking at this the wrong way. No way. So that's 74, 42, 27. This is going the wrong way. The problem is easy, but I don't know about the code or how to write it. Well, I want you to think about that. So then is the problem easy? So that's where this is. How do we use the tools? How do we go from human logic to Python logic? And that's what I guess I have been so intrigued with. Because yeah, we can simply look at this because we are doing so many more things. I go back to the peanut butter and jelly sandwich experiment. We skip so many steps of when we're thinking logically of how we do things to then slow down and break it down into simplest of simplest things. All right. So we're iterating through this because right now I'm iterating this way and this isn't right. I need to be iterating this way. So we got to fix that. So let's do that. And I'm on the wrong thing. And so here we go. All right. And I don't, oh, we need to also make sure that there aren't any, okay, good. There is no, so 1, that's 8. Okay, good. This is the longest. All right, so there we are. So I'm going the wrong way. So the length is this. Oh, I'm iterating. Yes. Shoot. And I'm iterating through this. Okay. Top is that. Top. So top dot I locate and 0. All right. Select rows with indexes 0 and 1. All right, so this. Oh, this is still column 0. Slicing rows by index. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, hang on. Now, what is the difference between this? So indices. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's go back to indexing and slicing. Basics. All right. There's got to be a better way to do this. I don't know why I can't recall or find it. So we're going to... That sounded... Did I drop? Am I back? I just got an alert that OBS dropped, and then I just got an alert that it recovered. All right. Okay. Is this the last row? It is. So basically this is I and I plus 1. Okay. So there we are. We're probably doing this the most ugly way ever. But we're going to get it. We're going to solve it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on it. I don't feel great right now. I don't know what's going on. So, and then I'll go, because I may just jump back over and start working on this some more. Got some feedback. Changed the font. My title was not good. And I also may move this up here and just put some data stuff on here. Delete subtitle. I think I just dropped again. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, everyone. Maybe that is a sign that I need to stop. Took forever. Stream health is poor. I may take that as a sign is that I just need to stop. I guess we do have a couple people on. All right. Yeah, I think the air just turned on. Yeah, I need to go turn that off because I'm dying here. We'll work on this for another minute or so. So basically, let's go for J in print J. Nope. See, that goes and prints I. Okay, what's I? Nope. J is 7. Top J. I don't know why I can't see this in my head. Alright, I need to go turn the air off. It's still on from last night. So I'll be right back because I'm freezing. Alright, here I come. Okay, let's check back. Okay. We're not going to spend much more time on this. I think I'll drop because I don't think I've come up with a interesting video for people to want to watch. So we'll go from there. Okay. So we were closer with this. Top I. Top I through I plus 1. There we go. 0. 63. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Alright. Apparently this one is in length 5. When data 1,000, right? So at some point they go from, I did get 7 at one point. What did I get? 7. range. Okay. So I'm going down. Now, see, here's where I don't know if my brain is transferred so much over to SQL, because this would be unbelievably easy for me to do in SQL. But for some reason in Pandas, I'm not able to see this. I guess I've never done this before in Pandas. I would have bet anything that I had before. Because there's numerous things where you'd have to do differential. All right. All right, let's try to get through this. Top 0 through 1. Perfect. Yep. Yeah. There. For I in print I 0 through 7. All right, so I'm not getting the actual contents. I'm getting the 0 through 7. So I'm going to get the index. I is this, and then back on here. Really? Okay. Oops. That's not what I wanted. So I is this. I is 7. So here's an interest. If you have a null, so if it's a column with other, I did not understand this, the hierarchy here. All right, so here's actually a very important lesson, because you can get into a pickle here. So type of object. So if you're on the stream and you're listening, listen to this if you do anything with pandas. All right. So this is brand new to me, because I'm like, why are some of them floats and some of them ints? So look, how the way Python and pandas handles this, to be able to have a nan or a null value, the integer gets transformed into a float. So in all the columns that are common, they're all integers. Now, if you have an integer in a column with a nan or a null value, the entire contents of that column gets converted to a float. So you can get into an issue and needing to handle things like that. So be very aware of that. Oh, that's actually a video. That needs to be a video idea. All right. And I don't want to record right now because I got all these dots right here. But that's a great. Okay. ints present with null values. So this is probably confusing to you because it's a little frustrating. So you see a null and then you get a nan. And what? Nan, null, none. They're all similes. They're all synonymous. So it just means so the word that I'm about to say is not. So don't think blank, because blank could be a string, or you could think about blank, but it's the absence. It's an empty. It's an absence of a value. And I know that sounds weird right now, but after it becomes a part of you and it sinks in, and you just go, oh yeah, that's a null, and you're like, yep, and then you just move on. So, but yeah, I thought that was very weird. But let's look at this. Type is your friend. So see, that whole thing is a series. So then you have to pull this out. Yeah, see, there's got to be a better way to be doing this, because I'm going to be having so many steps here, and I know that I'm missing something. And that's the only problem that pandas that drives me nuts. Pandas is so powerful. It's almost like the simple stuff is lost because it has to be able to do so many amazing things. Because it's not over-engineered. It's just robust. So, but to find a simple tool can be very challenging. So now that I have this series of one, so a panda series is just one column. So now this is how I have to get the value out. Hang on. So now I need to do this. Dir. And again, this is not, is it value, view, values. There. So see, this is about the only process, because I've never read the documentation of why a series has to exist, but I would assume that just handling a single row of data, some other things have to happen. No, not a single row. Forgive me. A single column. A single column of data. So a panda series is only one row, one column of data. And this is how I would extract a value from here, because right now this is an array and all of this so far. All right. But this has to be the most ugly way I'm going about doing this. I know there's other ways. I don't want to watch somebody else's YouTube video right now on here, because then I'll have to do revenue sharing. Not that I'll have a lot of revenue from this, but I don't know. Not a big fan of that. Yeah, because I don't know if I told everyone, but when I did that, when I was doing YouTube, when I was doing music a few weeks ago to help me really focus, because I have to have the music this is when I realized this, that I have to inject basically a stimuli to load up my brain so it doesn't have the energy to run amok on itself. So all right. Is that the last value? Do I have top anymore? So this should be right here, 44. So see, then also we get this row, then it's this column. So this row and this column, since it's one column, it's a series, and then it doesn't know that this series is just, see how we have it right here, 7. It's the 7th length, or it's the 7th column name. So that actually happens to be the name of the column. It's also, you can do the indices. That's right, because we do the indices with pandas. Yeah. Okay, all right. And then I have to extract with values, because that is a attribute. So we'd get this and it put this column into an array, and then I want to slice out this number right here, 0, index 0. So all right. How would I do this? Because you can actually pass in SQL to pandas, and it can operate. So would I be able to do this with SQL? So I bring this in, and I would go down, and I would iterate over. See, because iteration in SQL is not the easiest, so I would do this with Python. But right now, I have hey, wait a minute. Can I get an array? Okay. Yeah, that's what I would want. I would want an array of a list of lists. Yeah. Convert a. Now again, I'm going round and round. I want to see convert a pandas data frame to a Spark data frame. That sounds, well, now I got to read about that. Snowpark. It's just data. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. To a list of lists. Let's see how to do this. Let's check this out. Lists. Yeah, here we go. Top dot values dot to list. Print lists. Bingo. This is what I want. Okay. So for list, nope. I in lists, print I. Bingo. Bingo, bingo. Love it. So now that I have this, so now we need to test direction. So if our set, because we don't care what our first number is, then, because if we get a null value, we need a break. All right. Doesn't need to be a dynamic because we're not taking this in. It just wants the answer. All right, never mind. All right. We need to test this. Can I bring this in? Yeah, let's test this. Lists equals boom, 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 boom. Close, close, boom. And oops, don't need but one. Close. 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 And close. Open. All right, so this is going to be our primer. We're going to get this working. Okay, that's not important. Comment this out. We don't need to do that because we just made it. Bingo. All right. So this is going to be unsafe. So now we need to get this working. So we need to take our I diff, and so we need to track it. We need to track direction. So we just take our we need to set something to direction equals true. That sounded like, yeah, that's that app. True if direction negative, so we need one. Is there a way to set this primer? Be thinking we got a primer problem. Let's just start. All right, so I lists okay, because right now we need for J in I print J. Let's move this down here so they're all in the same spot, same alignment. Bingo. All right. 76421 76421. All right, cool. All right, so each time how do we want to write this? So for I, because we need to reset whatever our direction is. Equals 0. That's not direction. Don't look. Don't. Okay. Action. That does not look right, but that is right. Okay. Direction is equal to 0. Okay, so the difference I guess this is a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. So, all right, do we want to go look forward? So here's the dilemma. Do we want to look forward or look backwards? Because we have to decide. And you might say, well, what's the difference? Okay, good question. Because whenever you're dealing with things like this, you always have to deal with out of range problems. So we're going to sit here because we're going to iterate through this. So we have our iteration point, our iteration object, and then our comparison. So do we want to be sitting here and looking backwards? Because we're going to run out of range at some point. We're going to get to the end of the list. So right now, I don't think we're going to be able. So if we're going to be looking either to or from, in front or back, so that means we can't do this way. We need to do this with a range function. Range I, range len of I. All right, so let me show you. So we just got 7, 6, 4, 1, 2. So if you've never seen this before, so then I with this. So now I get the same thing. I get my list, my inner list, which is I, and then my index. So whenever you see range like this is your index of your object. So I'm applying the index to our object, just like this. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So when we have square brackets against an object, like a list or anything like that, I'm indexing. And if I have a colon, I'm slicing. So let's come over here and run. 7, 6, 4, 2, 1. So same answer, different technique. All right. So there we go. And then probably here in a few minutes we'll drop, and then I will record my video of my epiphany of when values have a null in that column. And oh, look at this. It changed everything to, so when we use to list, it changed everything to floats. Huh. Well, I'll be schnookered. Was not expecting that either. All right, let's keep moving. I gotta be very excited for my lunch meeting. I don't need to be dragging. I hate all these meetings that I'm having to go to. All right. Because we want this reset every time. So now it is always, so let's see what they say. What they say. This is decreasing. This is increasing. So difference. So the next minus we have to decide how we want to set this up. So it's comparing try. What was that noise? My dogs are acting crazy today. Maybe it's birds. We put out a new bird. That's what it is. We put out a new bird feeder. Birds are nuts, and then there's squirrels trying to get in the bird feeder too. All right, so no, quiet guys. Sorry, we need to set this up. No, go lay down. I may be wrapping up here in a minute. So I already know we'll be out of range here in a minute. So I want, no, Max, stop. That's a squirrel. He just fell. All right. So now I'm here. All right. So greater than ij plus 1. If then direction equals true. Then I'm just throwing that against the wall. So we have a bunch of things to do here. Elif the reverse. So we could handle this a ton of different ways. Whoa, 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 whoa. Paste. Direction. Now direction looks correct. It's the joys of dyslexia. Accept. Break. There we go. So basically, what am I saying? Why am I doing a try and accept? So basically, when I get to one of these, there's no point in checking these others because I already hit a null value. So then boom. So this is actually going to check a bunch of different things. Actually, I don't know the answer to this. So let's see. Nan. Is it? Let's do none. I think this is the same. Right. So that fails. So, all right. So variety of reasons. So this is actually going to catch two things here. One, if this gets out of range, it's going to try and stop. And then two, if it gets to a null value, a nan or none, null, nan, none, all the same, it's going to break and go to the next list. So now, that kind of handled this. I do not feel very confident that what we're doing here, because right now I need this to go into a bucket. And because I basically need, oh, and we also need to be counting safe. Safe equals 0. There we go. And when we get to this, at the end, oh, wait a second. I know what we want to do. I want to create a list. Aha, here we go. I want to create a response of negative, like, is it positive or is it negative? So it's the same. So I need to decide, are negatives 0 and increases but that won't catch. So then elif. So we need to come up, well, one, we need to get this to work. All right. One, does this even work? I don't have any output. Well, it doesn't throw up. So technically it, there we go. It was the last list. All right, so technically it worked. It didn't do anything, but it didn't throw up. So I remember you learn a lot when you write code that throws up, because like right here, that this confirmed that this is actually, let me do none. Yeah, I want to print I. Let's just test this. Doesn't like that in the try block. Was not expecting that. Is this printing 4 times? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Not what I was expecting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not sure why this is only. Oh. Length of I. I should be right. Len I 5 0. All right. What am I missing? 0. If anything, that should be printing 5 times. But this, when we hit a null, five, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. J starts at I. We're doing, because we just practiced, we just tested it. What am I missing? So this is a caveat. Is this our standard +1? Nope, still 4. All right, let's go back. That's Facebook. How did I know? That is a little concerning, because I should be getting this 5 times. All right. I may be dropping here in a minute too. Actually, let's go ahead and just record, and we'll just keep everybody rolling. How's the lighting? Lighting's not that bad. This new, the color. How does that seem to everyone? Just curious. Thanks everybody for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. All right. Play. All right. Ints to float. Pandas, what do I want to call this? An important pandas feature, an important pandas quirk, a pandas, what do we want to call this? A Python pandas, FYI. It's not a defect. I don't want to call it a defect. A pandas feature. I don't like that. Don't know why I care about that. And the OBS new system is you can have everything. How does the volume sound? Okay, there we go. I got a little bit loud and moved everything over. All right. Whoa, did that change when I was clicking back on this? It would have, because I was doing this while I was doing it. Yeah. Maybe I wasn't. All right. But yeah, I have two separate screens. And I was complaining about this one being smaller right here. This one being smaller right here. And I was like, oh, what did I do? But I changed this size. So I don't know. You like it smaller or bigger? Just let me know. And I think that light is gone. Yep, it's behind the window. All right, cool. I think this color is pretty good. Okay. An important characteristic. A panda's characteristic. All right. Any side notes before I start recording? All right. What am I doing? 60 frames per second. Kilobytes per second. Dropped frames. Wow, 15.6% dropping frames. Never noticed that feature. All right, here we go. Start recording. Important pandas characteristic. Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics. So we've been working some coding advent. We've been working some advent coding challenges for the holidays. So important little feature that I guess I never paid attention to. So I thought this would be important for us to draw attention to. So because you're going to have these issues and all these subtleties, like why isn't this working? Why is this acting weird? Because I want to show you these things, because types of variables are extremely important. So I was going through and coming up with a best practice. And as I was going through the columns, I was noticing that I was getting ints all the way through the fifth column, or our fourth index. And then everything thereafter, I was getting a float. And I guess all this work that I've done with pandas, I have been completely unaware of this. So I want to save you any stress that I have learned through my time. So actually just learned this today. I was today years old. So all right. So what I've put together is anytime there is a integer that is also accompanied with a nan, a null, or a non value, basically an empty cell in your data frame or your database, it will convert all of your int values to a float. So please make a mental note of that, because if you're setting these all up and you're doing calculations with ints, and then now all of a sudden you have a float, you will have a problem, because you want to have consistency. So when you get to your later columns, you need to handle that accordingly. So if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But if you are dealing and you're converting ints and you're tracking things and you're rounding, please be aware of that. If you have null values in columns, and especially if it's split like this, because we had an example. I forget what day it is, but we were doing good. Then all of a sudden we had some null values, and I was like, wait a minute, why are some of them floats? And I've never paid attention or never had any reason to, but in this example, we were needing to handle this differently, and all of a sudden this happened. So That's the point of this channel, is to save you pain that I have already been through. So if you're new here, thanks for joining us. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Make sure you're hitting down in the Discord server down below. So while you're on your journey of learning, you're not by yourself, and you can come over, pop in, ask a question, hang out, check us out during our live streams. But as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. All right, that is done for today. So, all right. So if we could actually create a new we can do a -1. So ones, zeros. All right. 42. We may stop here and pick back up, because I got a lot to do before, because I got to leave here. Man, I got to leave here in an hour and a half for my meeting. So we may wrap up here for today. So thank you, everyone, for coming to join. I appreciate it. I'll be thinking on this. I think what I'm going to do is I think we're going to change this to some sort of array. Tests. And then, because what we need to do is, if it's good, because there's a way to do all. So yeah. So basically, if it's good, so check this out. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Test equals 1, 1, 1, 1, something like this. Test dot all 1. There's a way to. Yeah. Let's see. Don't want to not use that. Python all. Let's see. Just all test. There we go. Yeah, this is what we'll do. False. So, all right. Let's see if this works. So -1. Yeah, this might be exactly what we're doing. Whoa. Okay, so that's not going to be good. Test. How is a -1 inside of ones? Let's do neg. All right. All elements in iterable, if not element, return. Oh, it's testing if they're true. Okay. That was it. Because I want to see if there's a way. I know that there's a way to do true all the same ones. I don't know. We'll have to work on that. Made it 0. Yeah, that's it. And then I tested this. This is false. Less than or equal to. All right. Okay. I will be continuing to think on this, but thank you everyone for coming to join today. And we'll pick back up here, or we'll do something else because I got to get some content out on LinkedIn. But thank you, everyone, as always. And I will see everyone next time. Bye, everyone. Bye.